WIFTBPM.
Hey, what's good? This is Mike Love.
Hey, what's up? It's Diz, and if y'all ready to get y'all trip on, we got something for you.
Chicago Famous. 3 to 6, Monday through Friday on What's in It for the Black People Media.
If you've been a fan of our podcast, Chicago Famous, now you get to see us live Monday through Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. We are going to be off the chain.
Make sure you check us out.
You're listening to I Said What I Said with Toussaint Warner and Herb Howard.
Well, what was the power of the Bible? Most motherfuckers couldn't read. So the Bible legitimately changed the world because motherfuckers began to learn to read. And once I can learn to read, wait a minute, I can question some of this bullshit you talking about.
What school you go to, though?
It don't matter.
A mind is a terrible thing to waste.
But I'm not
I went to Dunbar.
Yes!
That's how Dunbar.
Oh, it's good.
People disrespect the city schools.
This Chicago.
And I'm a motherfucking genius.
And that's on period.
Shout out to the mighty man.
Nah, I'm just playing. But seriously though, think about it though, right? The Bible legitimately changed the world, right?
What's up, good people? You're listening to I Said What I Said with Toussaint Warner and Herb Howard live on What's in It for the Black People Media, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 1 p.m. to 3 p.m.
I was going to ask you, so growing up, did you ever have an old racist family in your neighborhood? Did you have one live next to you or one down the street? Just somebody's house that you know on the block, you didn't want to go nowhere near that house. The neighbor who was directly behind us had a real problem coming outside seeing my white mother and my black father.
We got us the gun line.
This dude built an 8-foot fence, more like 10 foot.
So they put up the Huck Finn joint.
Exactly. That shit looked like a castle. You know, my dad, he's a big guy, football player guy. My dad guy who walks over there.
Old school
and then
black.
he's like, yo, I don't appreciate these apples in my yard. He's like, motherfucker, we don't even have an apple tree. These are your apples.
You like apples?
Your kids are throwing apples over here. Okay, there's that little space, but there's still a fence. So they're right there looking at each other.
Tell them about the gun line, boss.
And I said something like, yeah, Dad. And that dude said, shut up, you little monkey. Leroy stuck his hand over the fence. You're gonna die, clown! Grabbed dude by the neck.
Run.
And proceeded to pull him halfway over this fence. Like, finish him. Mrs. Wheeler comes running out. Oh, Leroy, don't do that. It's not worth it. Blah, blah, blah. My dad was getting ready to kill this dude. And within 6 months, that guy moved away.
Don't cross the gun line, boss.
Right, the gun line, boss.
Chicago Famous. 3 to 6, Monday through Friday, right here on What's in It for the Black People Media.
WIFTBP.
Live from your media studio. You're listening to Book of Dawn. Book of with Dawn Millhouse.
Good morning, sunshines. Good morning, Lisa E.
Good morning.
Good morning, Esco.
Good morning.
Ooh.
Oh, that's 'cause she got her
can
little
you tell
black...
me that in Spanish?
I hear a man, guys.
You hear a man? That's probably my whatchamacallit. Oops, we live. I logged into my own show. So for all you
I'm so
5,
single, I was like, that's some bass. That's a man?
Yeah. The manometer. Well,
like,
that's
where?
a good
Right.
morning. Good morning, Esco.
Good morning.
Buenos dias.
Buenos dias.
Muchas gracias to all the viewers in Spanish. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anyway,
I
good
go.
morning. It is 9:07 and 46 seconds. The boss has put a real clock in this mug. I think we're going to have to run on time a little bit.
We have been on time. You've been actually really good. And it could be, she is good.
No more CPT. Listen, if you were supposed to be there at 9 o'clock, you're late. Call them and tell them you were logging on to the Book of Dawn and you're not going to take your phone off or your YouTube off while you're at work. Share, tell your friends that we are in the building. You are listening to the Book of Dawn on What's in It for the Black People Media. Happy birthday to our homegirl, Mary Datcher
Happy
from
birthday.
the way back.
Man.
What was on the ground? What was it on? I have her original promotions card. Mary is a Chicago legend herself in promotions, and the record business has a great expo that she does every year. And I'm gonna put this out here. If she's not listening, tell her I'm talking about her and her birthday, and she's gonna have to come in here. Soon in studio live, right? Yeah. She also works for a publication, a historic publication with the Senstack family. Yeah. So, yep. So, happy birthday, Mary Datcher, and happy birthday to an unsung Chicago Bull, Jeff Sanders, right?
Yeah.
That's your buddy.
Man, we used to have, he used to have those parties.
Baby.
Man.
Turned the whole
in
North
Arlington
suburbs
Heights.
out.
Right.
They were not ready.
That was behind the brown door for real, because all of a sudden you open the door and you're doing stuff. Oh, hey, Scottie Pippen. Oh,
Right.
hey, okay. Like, I mean, like, just, it would be the weirdest group of, like, people, like celebrities and who's who, and just walking right in. Oh, okay, here, you want a burger? Okay, well, put your, take your shoes off. Like,
I'm a little sarcastic, so I'm going to have to say shouts out to Jeff, but Jeff was probably more popular for his parties than he was for his hoop game. Yep, I said it. Tell Jeff I said it. Oops. No, that's something Maze would say, or I said what I said would say. Okay, I'm sorry, Jeff. I meant it, but I don't mean it mean. Okay. Love you, Jeff. You can come in too live. Lisa didn't say it. I said it. You listen to the Book of Dawn on What's in It for the Black People Media, where we're going to provoke thought, entertain you, talk a little ish. If you're millennials taught me that, how to say ish.
Talking the ish?
Yeah.
Oh.
You know what that means. Sheet. Like the TV show yesterday.
I understand that one.
So can they say sheet on the radio now, on the real radio, since you can spell it S-H whatever?
That's a good question for like FCC, because they said it on the TV, because especially when all the networks were talking about like Entertainment Tonight, Access Hollywood, and they said Schitt's Creek 1. Right. I mean, that's the name of the show.
Right. So my brother called me yesterday, my brother Michael, and he said, that would be interesting because they've said it the entire day. So now, because of the older rules with you guys, Radiohead legend, and the cussing saint, can we probably now say shit?
I believe if it's like news, if it's news, then you can. Just when Trump said shitholes.
Yeah, but I don't think that might be for certain ones. We still can't, for FCC. You still can't say like the words, because especially if we said, man, I'm up Schitt's Creek without a paddle, you can't really say that. But the TV show is called Schitt's Creek.
You can't say that because it's relative to the news.
Right.
Oh,
that makes sense. So you can say ass.
I'm going to reach out. Derek Brown and Jay Allen, I'm reaching out to you guys in a little while. So.
Yeah. Hey, Jay Allen.
Yeah. Hey, Jay. We should get Jay on. Jay's like, that would be cool to have him on, but he likes to stay in the background completely. He is. Derek Brown but that's a really good question.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you're listening, Jay, call in. Hey, listen, congratulations to Lee Farmer and Gina.
Yes.
They got engaged yesterday or the day before yesterday. How I am blown away because
she was sneaky about it. She put a hashtag.
Yeah, you saw that? Did you see my reply? I'm like, you can always call him your boyfriend. He better stay your boyfriend because you can't just put him in
Lee
one
Farmer
box.
is so cool though. He's such a doll.
He's a sweetie. Adorable. So 10 years ago or 7 years ago, however long ago, behind the brown door, we're having this conversation, Gina, Lee, Wilbur, and I, about marriage. And I think, Candace was there. There were quite a few. And Gina was very like, we don't need to be married for me to be validated. And she was real, the real strong-willed, that's a title. So yesterday when I saw the post, I was like, yeah. Schitt's Creek is different now, right?
Man.
Because now
saw that really good job.
Yeah. And that's an awesome topic. And actually my artist that's coming on tomorrow, that's the name of his album and the song. We were supposed to do a huge promotion this summer, but because of COVID, we couldn't. But the song is called No Labels, and it's identifying like what, he always uses during his interviews, Stedman and Oprah. They know what they are, but they don't technically have a label. Like, does she say we go together? Does she say he's my man? They're not married. So, but, that's a whole big controversy. Do people need a label to identify what you are?
And the spinoff on that, I think that's a great topic. But the spinoff on that, maybe we could talk about that Thursday. The spinoff on that, and I'm going to go here, but I'm not going to go, I'm not going to go hard because just in case Oprah's listening. Not that she is.
She
but just
might.
in
Somebody
case,
might. You know.
Just in case
we got mutual friends.
The
with Oprah.
spinoff of that would be the beard game. Y'all know what the beard is? Yeah. So if no labels, if they're a beard, because Lisa, do you know what I'm talking about?
I mean, I think I have 3 answers, so I don't. Maybe I need to ask you.
So
off
like
air.
the beard game is like when you have a significant other of an opposite sex, because that's your beard, your disguise.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
that was
that's
probably my third answer, but that's not. I thought it was something else, but okay.
Yeah, that's the beard game. I know a lot of Hollywood beards.
That's like entanglement-ish?
No, that's beard. That's called fake. That's called, let me put the, like a wig. It's like you put on a disguise.
So it's like a disguise. Okay.
Yeah. And there's a lot of them in Hollywood. Lot of them.
Oh, yeah. I know. I don't want to put people's names out there.
I don't either.
We've been sworn to like double secrecy and.
Well, I didn't pinky swear.
Tell me. No.
Listen, we got an exciting show. We have a phenomenal singer joining us behind the brown door. I posted it today, so you guys can go. I told on myself today. Joyce Jackson Hurley, who is probably one of the baddest vocalists in the city, a true singer who might take you to church and to the club in the same song. So for
so
that,
we can have like a little remix,
yeah,
acapella remix. Okay,
super dope. So she'll be joining us in the 10 o'clock hour. Herb said Gail is her real partner. You said that. You said what you said, not me. And then Friday we have Danny Boy coming in, and tomorrow we have Sean White in studio. So we got a busy week. Then next Monday, Mr. Millhouse is going to take over. And
he's going to be filling in for me.
What?
He's filling in for me because it's there's no way I can work. It's Yom Kippur, right. So I have to atone. I might need to go to my mom's house like on Saturday because it technically starts Sunday night through Monday night, and it's the Day of Atonement where you repent for everything. I may need to go a couple days longer. So it's not even things I've done; it's things I've thought of. So
because as a man thinketh, so is he or she. So next Monday it's going to be actually interesting. He's going to do it's a business. We're going to dedicate the time to business, but he is going to create opportunities for people to pitch business ideas to him, and he is going to help the people he selects that day formulate their business and marketing plans and see them to. It's like what happens before when you see Shark Tank. You see an already created thing.
Right.
He's going to get them to the point of Shark Tank.
So
it's like what happens before the Shark Tank.
No, this is a big deal.
It is a big deal.
It's huge.
He's bringing in some of his executives, female and male, and they from the legal side, from all different, from their CFO. Himself and some other executives from the firm, and they're going to allow people to give business advice and allow people to pitch ideas.
So someone can just call in and pitch it?
Yep. And they will vet them, and they're going to take, he hadn't decided yet this morning how many he was going to select, but there will be a minimum of 3. I hope that I'm not misspeaking, but there's a minimum of 3, and he's going to help them get to the next level. So if you start thinking, because if you can
if I
get
call
Monday,
in and disguise my voice,
I don't even think you need to disguise it. If you have a good idea and they think they can take it from concept to creation, I think that
not specific,
just a great business a great idea that that he says his thing is everybody has a good idea, but everybody doesn't know how to execute.
Maybe making new horseshoes for horses that need to
run
stop
on the Dan
expressway so they don't get hurt. If you want to make a point, at least make sure your horse has the right shoes.
Not Yeezys.
That would be kind of right. We might have we can have right. Wilbur might right.
Hey, listen, you're listening to the Book of Dawn on What's in It for the Black People Media.
I got some ideas.
Stay with us while we find some horseshoes. We'll be right back.
WIFTBPM.
Shop at Black-owned and operated Solo Beauty, where you are appreciated and respected. Located at 8158 South Cottage Grove, Solo Beauty can supply all of your black hair care needs. Solo Beauty is open from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday, or you can find them online at solobeauty.com.
When you need vibrant, colorful gear that offers high-performance material that keeps you cool, call Agent Huff Custom Gear. Let us take your expressions and create something new for your everyday wear, your bedroom, or bath. For all your needs, we offer custom sublimation, silkscreen, vinyl, and embroidery. You can reach us on all things social at Superhero Huff. www.superherohuff.com or 630-476-9191.
Hi, I'm Dr. Willie Wilson. People in Illinois have been crying out for justice, equality, and fairness from their government for years. And it keeps getting worse. Unfair taxes, laws that unjustly imprison nonviolent offenders. The rich get richer, and the everyday people suffer. It's time for a change, and with your help, I'm here to do it. I'm asking for your support as I run for U.S. Senator in 2020.
Paid for by Willie Wilson for Senate 2020.
What's up, good people? Make sure you ascend into Muwakil's world every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. with Salim Muwakil, a.k.a. the Black Forrest Gump, right here on What's in It for the Black People Media.
WIFTBP.
Live from your media studio. You're listening to Book of Dawn. Book of Dawn with Dawn Millhouse.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Book of Dawn on What's in It for the Black People Media with my super producer, Lisa E.
We just have fun.
I know it's so many jealous people in life right now because she's my super producer. Yay!
Wait,
you know what?
I have had calls, but Sonia, you know, and Esco, whatever you want to be called, Esco. It's like a perfect fit because she fit right in with us because I've had so many calls since we've been doing this. They're like, yeah, I know that's your girl and everything, but everybody, but so far nobody's hated. People have given really good compliments. They're like, Dawn's never done broadcasting, has she? And I mean, the good thing is you have a nice, pleasant voice to listen to. Mm-hmm. Plus, you're a good storyteller. Yep. Some people have, just that knack with different things. Just in radio, we. I got dubbed the super producer, but I'm also on air. I also have my entertainment. I've done, some people can multitask and do different things. You know what I mean? It just depends on what you're good at. And, this is just another thing now you could add under your belt. And there's been a little jealousy. Yeah,
Esco.
Yeah, you're coming with us, right?
The glue that holds the entire What's in It for the Black People Media family together.
And people don't understand how important an engineer / board
program
operator,
director.
She's a program director. That's another
Mama.
thing, right? But when people are running a board or engineering a show, people at radio stations, they're like, "Well, no, I'm the producer." No, you're not. But in engineer, that's because they try and make it seem like the producer is a more exotic position. But an engineer, that's like your pilot of the plane. I try and explain. The pilot, you're the one running everything. If you choose to go through that cloud and get the turbulence, it's all based on that. And they just don't get enough credit, And I'm always a person because I used to run the board. And the engineer / board operator, whatever you want to call it, is very important. You're the pilot.
Anything engineer, married to an engineer, I understand the value. So
exactly.
If I knew 1 ounce of how she understands technology, I would feel like I was the whole shit.
I wish I could just put it in there. Don't you wish you could just put stuff in your brain? Like for me, it would be the technology stuff, like the IT stuff. I just wish I could input it. For me, it would be the stock market, like the, investments and stuff to just bling it in my head. And then directions. Like my dad,
directions.
My dad could get, dad used to be able to be lost anywhere. And he would be like, look up at the sun. No, I'm going east.
Right. Are you going, do you see the sun? What do you see on your right?
I only know directions downtown. If I'm by the lake, I know north and south and east and west. But once I get further past like the city, I have no clue.
Oh, I'm good. Like I'm
outside the city.
I'm better than most men. That's a
That's
said,
good,
she
right?
Because I for sure.
Hey, I got that for
don't
tomorrow.
Need the GPS will take you off a cliff. If you rely solely on GPS, you might not make it where you're going. completely off the script. We were in the Dominican Republic. Wilbur and I, we went to a friend's anniversary, like 20th wedding anniversary celebration in Punta Cana 2 years ago. Speaking of GPS taking you the wrong way, we're leaving the resort we're at, and we're going into the city because we like to go into the city wherever we travel. We're in a car that it wasn't big enough for one person, let alone the 4 people that were stuffed
you said
in
4.
it.
Okay.
Literally, it was a tiny car. The GPS, we GPS like the city of away from the resort. We're driving. We're on highway first, roads. At some point, we turn off in this little bitty should not be a real car, and we hit dirt. And then mud, we start seeing like mud level. And then we start seeing these men on horses filled with mud.
Not the dreadhead cowboy.
Not the
okay,
dreadhead.
Okay, just check it.
Literally, we were in a rice farm. Girl, when I tell you, no, there's no road. B, in order to get, but GPS is still working. We drove through trees, mud, rice farms, and then when it was time, the car was literally a box. By the time GPS told us how to get back or the direction, we almost had to get out that car and push it up a mudslide hill to get to the road.
Now, it led you to a bunch of men soaking wet on a horse.
Right, I was just about to say.
There's a problem here?
Right, I'm with you. I was thinking, I was just picturing like, did they have their shirts off?
Right.
Like, did they?
It was crazy.
Let me take my jacket off.
I think I still have pictures of that because
did you get out and see what kind of rice?
Hell no. Didn't matter, Uncle Ben. I don't.
She said Uncle Ben.
I don't care. That's the only rice I know how to cook. But girl, no. When I was fearing for my life, it was the craziest ish ever. I was like, we are.
It's your attitude. You're so negative.
It was, but they relied on GPS. They could have just asked me. They did the GPS.
And what would you like? You would just.
I would have navigated
according to my calculations,
a different way.
the sun is the west, right?
The
How do you know?
Velocity is
How do you know?
I am one with
if
the
somebody
moon
were
and the
just
earth.
drop you off, how do you know which direction you're looking at?
You got to know the east from the west,
Right?
And
But
if
I'm
you
saying
can
if you're in
determine east
another
from west, you know the other directions.
I know north and south is somewhere on the other sides, but like. I mean, you know what I'm
like
saying?
A quiz. I can't get it.
Like, I know
People
north
that
is on top and
Right.
south is on bottom.
If you know me, you know I don't share my food. That's why I ask, what do you want?
Yeah.
So you don't grab mine.
Yeah.
And I
Please don't
lost,
touch my girl.
and I can't do math.
Jesus, please don't touch my food.
Now math, I'm great at
Please do
math,
not touch
but
my food.
directions, my dad would just be somewhere, and I was like, how do you know where you're going?
I'm good at math, but I'm good at a different kind of math. You know what kind?
What?
I know how to spend it.
She's good with the dollar sign math.
Baby, I'm good with credit card math too. I'm not good at calculating.
See now,
the spend.
calculating when we're in there.
After calculus,
I don't need calculators. I could add in and if we're doing stuff and I know somebody's doing something wrong at a restaurant, or when people are like, let's split it this way and this way. No. And they'd be like, dang.
I know
too
tips
fast.
too,
like,
because I lived my life until I was married off tips, so
Yeah.
I know how to calculate what they should have gave me versus what I got.
Be like $1.58. No.
Right, that part.
Right.
We have some. We definitely we have to talk about this protest yesterday just a little bit, but I guess before that I should remind everybody that this is a 12-hour get down on what's in it for the Black People Media at 11 a.m. today, triggered with Mike Brown, on the soil with the Bigs, Terrence and Eugene, Chicago Famous with Mike Love and Diz.
Yeah.
Hey Diz, hey Mike, and then circle back tomorrow morning with the Maze Jackson show.
Man.
And then us. With Sean White.
Because who runs
the world?
Girls.
That part. You're listening to the Book of Dawn on What's in It for the Black People Media. We'll be right back.
WIFTBPM.
When you need vibrant, colorful gear that offers high-performance material that keeps you cool, call Agent Huff Custom Gear. Let us take your expressions and create something new for your everyday wear, your bedroom, or bath. For all your needs, we offer custom sublimation, silkscreen, vinyl, and embroidery. You can reach us on all things social at Superhero Huff. www.superherohuff.com or 630-476-9191.
He is joining Chicago Famous because he is born and raised in the city of Chicago. He is famous. He is Chicago Famous. Mr. Rick Party. Welcome to the show,
what's
sir.
happening for the show started?
Ricky!
So I had to figure out at that point, what am I going to do with my life? I would listen to the radio. Earl Boston was a radio personality, and I would call in all the time and ask him, hey, can you make a dedication to my girlfriend? Every day I would call him. He said, well, why are you calling me every day at 10 o'clock? You're supposed to be in school. I said, I'm sick, man. He said, to be honest, tell me the truth. But this man taking the time to talk to me on the other end of the phone every day, making dedications to my girlfriend who's in school while I'm out, that just inspired me just as a street kid, living, from Inglewood, Inglewood and Cabrini Green,
Right.
back and forth.
Chicago Famous, 3 to 6, Monday through Friday, right here on What's in It for the Black People Media.
Are you curious to explore the intellectual currents that channel our thoughts and frame our reality? Have you ever meditated for relaxation and accidentally discovered the universe in the process? These matters and many more you may never have even thought of will be yours to explore as you come with me into Muwakil's world. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 11 to 1, right here on What's in It for the Black People Media.
WIFTBP.
Live from your media studio. You're listening to Book of Dawn. With Dawn Millhouse.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Book of Dawn with me, Dawn Millhouse, Lisa E., and Esco. Every morning on the weekdays, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. It's warm outside, so you can take this on your jog. You do know that, right? Because YouTube is on your phone. You can take that on your jog with you. Make sure you tap in and make sure you share and tell a friend. So, Lisa.
And I see one of your other cousins, too. Well, some people call him Nikki. Some people call him Little Calvin. He's watching, too. I love him. Nikki. That's like family. Yeah.
Nikki had a birthday recently.
Yes. Happy belated. I love him. He's so sweet.
Melody Winston said, share. I have to do it in Mike Love's voice. Listen, and so, Lisa, tell me about this. Outside of the fact that the horse should have been better prepared for his trip, I thought it was actually really dope.
It was kind of, the concept is cool. It's like two ways you look at stuff because some things aren't thought out. But, he is in, the dreadhead cowboy, Adam Hollingsworth, he's in police custody after police said he rode his horse on the Dan Ryan Expressway during the evening rush yesterday. He's facing several charges, including reckless conduct, disobeying a police officer, and trespassing on the expressway. Calls started coming in like around 4:30 p.m. yesterday. And people everywhere. I just started seeing things pop up live. And he was going live with a message saying kids' lives matter. Until kids' lives matter, until we understand kids, nothing else matters, he said. He also said in an earlier post that we focus on kids' lives matter. This is going to keep happening. And he told his followers he was going live at 4. You don't want to miss this, I promise. Him and his supporters, he's been really trying to put this message out. And maybe yesterday wasn't the right way to stop the damn riot, especially on a horse. You know what I mean? Like, I guess he was, and in defense, I don't think he really thought it through, like the horse is going to actually be hurt. You know what I mean? Like, He was probably like, I'm doing this message. You know how you get excited about stuff and you don't totally think things through? And I think that's what happened because all these like animal, and Lord knows, I'm one of those people, I will stop if there's a tiny squirrel, anything crossing the road. I'm one of those people that stops for all animals, and I love animals. But on this one, I mean, I don't think he thought it through for that part. And so people are kind of coming down on that kind of thing, and that you messed up, rush hour traffic. But I do get the message. You know what I mean?
I concur. I definitely think that, well, we know I went on his Facebook page, and we know that early in the morning he was plotting it out. Could he potentially have done a little bit more thought about maybe not making the horse run at a full trot or not trot, whatever, the gallop,
right?
Because for the first several miles, but it was peaceful. He stopped. He did what he intended to do. Him and his motorcycle crew.
All the motorcycle people, yeah.
He's passionate, and and for that I appreciate it, because kids' lives do matter. All lives matter. What I also will say on the flip side is I watched it in its entirety. I was really proud of how the state police and the city police handled it. Like it wasn't rough. You know what I'm saying? They tried to intervene, and he just kept going. They were telling him to get off, and he was pointing that way. So I really got a kick out of it in a good way. Like right. I could appreciate it. He did what most people dare not. He went and stopped traffic.
And like I said, I'm sure he didn't mean, because when they got off, there was a loud crowd that gathered, and they gave the horse water, and they said that the police said that the horse sustained several injuries and was bleeding from the left hoof, injured on its right hoof, and on the right side, the horse's body had bleeding sores from the saddle. And, like I said, honestly, I don't think that was his message.
Not
is to promote, for the kids and the census. And he goes around and tries to do this. And like I said, we don't make sometimes the best choices, but you probably didn't think of the after effects. You know what I mean? He probably didn't think of that.
I got 5 on the bail because I thought it was.
And I definitely want to get him out.
It was
peaceful.
Yeah.
He stated his point, and he made
and he didn't seem angry in the pre-thought of it. Like he wasn't like the crazy protester. He was like, I'm going to do this because this matters to me.
And I think now everybody's so. What's the word? Like people are just, nowadays, anything that people do, people are, I don't want to say overly emotional about everything, but they kind of are. And so for animal activists and stuff, yes, okay, I don't think he meant it. That part was an accident. The message, let's work on the message.
Absolutely.
And yes, people, I mean, he's probably going to apologize. I'm sure he's probably like, oh my God, I pray the horse is okay.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And
obviously he loves horses.
He does.
I mean,
right.
this
what happened to the horse?
They took, the state took
Troopers?
it. Yeah. He definitely had people there to, I'm assuming he owns it. This was not his first ride on the horse. And so he had his crew there, but I guess from an official perspective, it was part of what happened. So we pray the horse heals, and we pray that his message was able to shine through any misconception of him intentionally hurting a horse, because that certainly was not his point.
And I hope the message gets through, because this is going to go viral around the country, if not globally, at what they did. This is going to be talked about everywhere and on other broadcasts, and people are going to talk about that. So I hope they take in consideration, just, people mistake things and they focus on the wrong elements. Not everything is about hurting a human or an animal. You know what I mean? It's like...
Yeah. It should go viral, because if the looting can go viral, then something good should definitely be viral. So, Lisa, also, not to a hard stop and switch the subject, but what's going on in the Chicago restaurant industry?
Oh,
something close to my heart. I'm waiting tables.
Yeah. So anyway, we'll start. So we'll start first of all. Of course, Lowry's. If people haven't been watching the news, Lowry's restaurant, the prime rib spot that we all love, that is a fixture on Ontario. And now, as long as they don't stop, Lowry's garlic salt, that's the only salt. That's what I use for everything. I am a Lowry's salt, just like how people like A1 steak sauce. Lowry's garlic salt only. People put seasonings on stuff.
Let me find out.
Lowry's,
that is a for sure.
When I grill anything, people are like, what did you put on this? And I'm like, Lowry's garlic. And they're like, what else? Lowry's garlic. Like, you don't understand. When I go to people's places and they barbecue, I want to bring my own stash because that is the bet. I don't care what anybody says. Lowry's. Okay, anyway.
You better not put no I use Lowry's. I use Lowry's when I season chicken, and that is it. I hate it. I don't hate Lowry's, but I can't. It's just so, like, it takes over what you eat.
See, not my steaks. Oh, I make my ribeyes.
She did the whole.
I made a ribeye for somebody the other day, and they were like, "What did you put on this? It is so good." I'm like, Lowry's garlic salt, and they're like, "And what?" They start writing it down. That's it. No.
But so speaking of Lowry's, I read that article, and they said that initially I thought they were going to close, but they said they're going to put a pause.
Well, yeah, they may put a pause. So it says, note the use of pause button and not stop button. So you're exactly right. So the last day of service is going to be December 31st. Then they're going to look and, kind of see what's going on with that. But with that being said, Chicago restaurants right now, as the temps drop, they said Chicago restaurants are scrambling to come up with ways to stay open with the whole outdoor because, inside you're only allowed to have so many people in your restaurant. It's like right now it's a maximum of 50 people allowed in a restaurant that might hold 800 people, so you have to come up with plan B and plan C. And so, right now, some of the places have special heating. They have tents, they have different things, but they have to keep, you know how it is in the restaurant industry.
Yeah.
So some people that can't find plan B, they're just going to have to literally shut down for the fall and winter and then hopefully reopen again. But they said that they have new guidelines for fall and winter dining. It seems like other places, they may be closing down for good. Other places may just be temporary and put the pause button. And the businesses have to come up with a plan that's best for them.
I two things. I do an Easter dinner at my house,
which we couldn't come this year because I was coming.
Yes.
You were doing my lamb chops for me.
And Lowry's prime rib I go and purchase it there, and so it's always been a fixture. So I am a little stressed about next Easter already because I can't cook
their prime rib is so
but I
good.
literally would go order it and pick it up that morning, and that's been a fixture at my Easter brunch forever. So I'm a little worried about that.
So now we have to have, so maybe Maisel, for our 1 month anniversary, maybe Maisel but you don't eat prime rib anymore.
No, but y'all can eat it.
Yeah, we'll take Dawn's share.
A lot of traditions have changed.
Yeah. Well, speaking of tradition, that building, I researched it. That was a mansion. That was a home built in 1881. The McCormick family owned it. And there were a series of owners of that property. It used to be much taller than the building that is sitting there now, but it's gone through 3 or 4 ownerships until the Lowry's company purchased it in, I think, the late 60s, early 70s. But it was residential. It's gone. It's had movie theaters. It's gone. If you read about the McCormick Mansion, it's literally that building.
Wow.
And so it's a very historied building, almost like should be on the registry as far as I'm concerned, because the story is interesting of who erected it, what happened in the fire. Like, that's been there a long time. So I thought that was pretty cool. For that, even just that alone, I thought that was super duper cool. I'm like, who knew that was somebody's home? I know I've only eaten there. I've dined there once. I do the takeout for the prime rib on Easter, but I've dined there once, and I was a little shocked at like the throwback of the service, like the white clothing, and it was real. It was real freedom-ish.
Oh yeah.
So it shook me a little bit, but it was a fun experience.
Man.
So,
well, you're talking about mansions. So this is a story. So this is also in it. So speaking of fun mansions, and you guys, I want to ask you guys a question. So we all love Will Smith. Who does not like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? Well, the mansion, the actual mansion that was shot, the iconic mansion, is for rent now on Airbnb. And Will Smith is going to be the host. And so check this out. So basically, the inside was all, on the studio lot, but the actual, and they showed the pool and everything, but the outdoor you can go for $30.
Wow.
$30. And you get all kinds of luxuries. Will Smith said guests will have access to a special wing of the mansion, including my bedroom, a full bathroom, the pool area, royal perks. He has super fans. He has all his gym shoes, or you might say sneakers, including a fresh pair of Jordans that you can rummage through and look, but you can't take his shoe collection. And you can kind of chill out and relax for $30 a night. And you also get food is included. It's kind of cool. You know what I mean? Who wouldn't want to stay there?
I would pay for that.
I would pay. Well,
pay
for
for
$30, I would bring 10 of my friends. You know what I mean? But they're only allowing so many people per night, and I don't know how long this is going. This is the actual
Probably
mansion
until the show premieres. Aren't they
The
working on a
reunion,
reboot?
yeah.
Will Smith is a marketing genius.
Yeah, the
for sure
reunion.
is.
The reunion is going to be right around Thanksgiving, and then they're doing that reboot. The reboot series, which is going to be a drama, and Will Smith is part of that whole production thing. But I had a weird question for you guys. If you guys could do an Airbnb and pick any house from a TV show, where would you guys want to stay? To do Airbnb or just to be a guest, which TV house would you guys pick?
I haven't watched
maybe the Brady. The
Brady
Brady's
Bunch.
house.
Well, and now the Brady Bunch, they redid that. So the outdoor part of the actual real Brady house was not what the indoor looked like because of the set, but they made it. They just redid the entire house to make it
heart to heart.
Heart to heart. What about the?
That
what,
was the
what about the
dopest house
Munsters?
ever.
What about the Munsters of the Addams family?
No, there's spirits in there, demons in that.
Be honest, and Esco, this might be a little aging us and not you, but when you were younger, who didn't want to live in Jeannie's bottle? I wanted to be
very
I
comfy.
wanted to be in Jeannie's bottle
but her master's house was cute.
Yeah.
That was swaggy. Bewitched house was real cute too. I mean, tons of them. But Heart to Heart was swaggy before swag.
What
was
about
swag.
what about the Drummonds and their penthouse on Park Avenue?
Decent, but Dynasty's mansion. Maybe Dynasty's mansion. Yeah. Listen, you're listening to the Book of Dawn. And the 10 o'clock Dynasty, that's right, Cosby House. That wasn't a whole house. I can show you pictures on that set, but it was dope. I'll never when I went to the final taping of the Cosby Show,
remember when you
and
told
I
me
got
about
upstairs,
that.
and I just knew I was about to go upstairs in the bedroom, and I went up those stairs and opened that door and almost didn't make it home because I was almost in the graveyard.
Isn't that funny?
It's
because when you do that, that's on the sets for everything. The stairs don't lead to anything, right?
No, just the door.
That's what they were talking about when they
I'm
did
like,
the
how did
Brady
they go?
house.
Yeah.
They're they would all just stand right there when you go up the stairs and there's no room.
Bro, I almost wiped out in the final episode. You're listening to the Book of Dawn on What's in It for the Black People Media. Joyce Jackson Hurley is with us, the songstress, my sister and friend in the 10 o'clock hour. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
WIFTBPM.
This secure moment is brought to you by Secure Home and Automation, your premier authorized Bring security dealer. Home invasions occur every 23 seconds, fire every 85 seconds, and medical emergencies occur suddenly. In times like these, get secured home and automation and an affordable wireless home alarm system with professional monitoring. This includes fast emergencies response, free security analysis, free equipment, and free installation. A limited time offer, be proactive. Call today, don't delay. 708-251-5069. That's 708-251-5069. Call now, 708-251-5069, or visit our website, securehomeandautomation.com. Secure Home and Automation, where your life safety is our priority. It brings authorized dealers, certain restrictions apply.
Now you can join Milwaukee's World on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 11 to 1 on What's in It for the Black People Media.
What's up, good people? This is Herb Howard, one half of I Said What I Said. Make sure you tune in every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 1 to 3 p.m. right here on What's in It for the Black People Media. It is intellectual thuggery at its finest. The Blackest Conversation, Herb Howard, Tucson, Warner, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday right here on What's in It for the Black People Media, 1 to 3 p.m.
I'm Dr. Willie Wilson. In my life, I've gone from cotton field to corporate boardroom. I've seen great success and walked many roads. I know how it feels not to have. I'm asking you to vote for me for U.S. Senate for the state of Illinois. I can do the work that few others may understand. A vote for me is a step in the right direction for our state and our country.
Paid for by Willie Wilson for Senate 2020.
WIFTBP.
Live from your studio. You're listening to Book of Dawn. With Dawn Millhouse.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Book of Dawn on What's in It for the Black People Media. When I said my name, it reminded me that I am Dawn. Do you know what most people in Chicago say? Well, not most people. What? A lot of my kinfolk, not my brothers and sisters, they call me Don, D-O-N, Dun. I'm assuming D-U-N or D-O-N-E. But never just dawn. I'm like, how can you say dawn like the morning, but you can't say dawn like the name? It's like a Chicago thing.
Isn't it funny how people call you different? Well, see, I always call you Donnie. I don't know. Yeah. You're just Donnie, like, unless it's, I don't know. But
yeah, that's what my
do people say?
Yeah, Donnie or Dinky. But
Dinky, right?
Yeah, but like it's like, what's up, Don? I'm like, okay, that's not my name, but okay.
People, yeah, that's that little accent. That
hey, Esco, you rep for the Latino family. Did you know that there was a film fest happening in Chicago, a Latino film festival?
Yes,
it okay,
yeah.
And it ends on the 27th, and I think that we should highlight that. I mean, there's a website, a festival's website for the screenings. I feel like we should make certain that we highlight the culture of Chicago and the inclusiveness of it, and that even in the pandemic, inspirational and educational and cultural things are still happening. So I found this article, and it said that they will do 38 shorts by filmmakers hailing from Latin America, Spain, Portugal, and the U.S. are doing basically like a virtual film festival.
That's awesome.
I will find the festival's website, but it's the Latino Film Fest. I'm assuming we'll have that. I'll Google it, but it's now until it ends on September 27th. So I just wanted to make certain. If we find that website, can you put that in the link so that they can share that and get them some culture? We need y'all to know. Lisa, what else is going? You're trying to pull it up. Well, while you do that, I'll talk about the other festivals. So there's a festival September 25th through October 4th. It's exploring the filmmakers from the city of Chicago South Side via online, which will also be a virtual festival. It'll show films like the Bayer Max award-winning documentary on Black-owned beauty shops called No Lie. Get it? Lie, like the dye, and when you put the chemical in your hair. No Lie, an American beauty story, plus filmmaker panels, discussions, and other free events. So those are two things happening.
That's awesome.
Now through next week.
And for the Latino Film Fest, all you have to do is just go on to ChicagoLatinoFilmFestival.org. Spell it all out. ChicagoLatinoFilmFestival.org. And it gives you pretty much everything, because this is the 36th year, and they have even from horror films, and I mean, it's going to be really, really cool, and it gives highlights, and it has all kinds of digital program books. So ChicagoLatinoFilmFestival.org.
I feel like festivals like that, even if you're not into festivals, I feel like attending, especially now that you can do it without physically being there, so you can do it at your own pace. I feel like that's what helps bridge cultures. Because you get to see it from the perspective of people in that culture, and they would never do anything to embarrass themselves, only to bring out, their own humor or their own lifestyles. I feel like watching or attending those live or on video, are important ways to bridge cultures.
I totally agree, 8 gazillion %, because I think when you see things about their story and you see it, it just shows that we really all are the same.
At the
you
end
put
of
a
the
bunch
day.
of kids in a room together, and all the little girls are gonna, touch each other's hair. The girls with the curly hair are gonna look at the girls with the straight hair and be like, "Ooh." The girls with the straight hair are gonna take the girls with the curly hair. Ooh, play. It's nothing about anything else. And so if people just see it, we all are pretty much alike, but we have so many features that it's like, why not embrace them? Why not embrace some of these things, whether it be food or different cultures or traditions, and just see, like, look at the beauty of everybody.
Yeah, because, racism is taught. So
1
yeah.
zillion %.
I definitely shouldn't say this out loud, but I'm going to. So, my baby girl is a senior at Alabama, Roll Tide. She has a little job there where she has a couple jobs, but one of her jobs is she kind of like drops off a young dancer. She picks the dancer up from school and takes her to school. And the baby girl and the brother last week, when she was dropping them off, the baby girl said, because Jay is fair-skinned, black. She said, I didn't know when Mommy said that you were coming to get us that you were brown. She's like a first grader. So exposure is everything. And of course, Jay's a very patient Capricorn, not going to hurt a fly.
And kids learn from their parents.
Absolutely. Yeah. And that just reminded me how important it is to expose your children to everything. So
was it said like, because I mean,
it wasn't negative. She was just
because
honest.
Kids will say stuff. Yeah, kids will say stuff. Just out of blue, like. I'll never forget. In this, I mean, it's funny, but it's not like my brother when he was. Kids will say things about colors or about race, religion. If somebody's heavy, and they don't mean any harm by it. I'll never forget my brother when he was little. My brother was like 3, and we were at a restaurant, and I mean, we've been exposed to everybody. Our friends were everything, but just out of the blue, my brother, I don't know, somebody must have talked to him about like breastfeeding, whatever. He must have known about it. He was like 3 or 4 or 5, and we were at the restaurant. We would always order chocolate milk, and my brother saw a black couple or a lady that was, I think, pregnant or something, and my brother said, "Mommy, would you give regular milk? And can I go because the lady right next to us, does she have chocolate milk?" And
cute.
it was cute, but it was funny because he thought that when you breastfeed that black women have chocolate milk. He wasn't saying it mean, but he wanted her to come to our table because we always ordered chocolate milk.
I love that.
It wasn't.
I love that.
It's like,
yeah, that's Joyce.
Oh, okay. Did you put it on hold?
No, just take the call.
Oh, it's on.
Well, I had an experience too. One of my students, and this is high school, and last summer we were just out there, and he's like, "Oh, is that your daughter?" Another student who was Latina, right?
Just assumption.
Most of my students are black. She's brown. And I was like, "No, sweetie." Everybody stopped. Oh,
right.
And I said, "No. Let's pause.
Right.
This is a learning experience.
Absolutely.
Because now because he wasn't exposed.
Absolutely.
To like Mexican teachers and stuff. So, but after that summer, I mean, it's just you just got to teach them. You have to experience it.
Well, and as a teacher, you see it firsthand. Mm-hmm. So exposure is everything. Like white, black. It's not just. Reading, writing, and arithmetic. It's life teaching. So because you're like the other mommy of any student, I've always tried to partner with my kids' teachers because you guys have them most of the day.
And I was shocked that he was shocked that I wasn't mad.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I'm sorry. I'm like, I'm not mad. We're just talking.
Yeah. Again,
not everything
learned
is
at
discipline.
home.
Not everything's discipline at your school. It's different. I'm your counselor. I'm here to teach you. 100%.
Absolutely. And again, if the trust of the teacher was happening like that, and the teacher was able to give a guided instruction in that manner, I think we would have a whole different group of youngins being
And when I told them,
bred.
I'm here for you.
Yeah.
I'm always here for you. They're like, well, all my other white teachers just come and go.
You know what? But that's the way they feel, right? And
like,
so
I'm not going going anywhere, guys.
Absolutely, because they're afraid to lose you.
100%. And just taking my kids on college tours, right? We're at this school, I won't say the name, but the girl giving us a tour, right? She was like, yeah, and the dorms are right here. So you can just get up and go to class within like 2 minutes. And I'm looking at all my girls and their hair, like, we need more than 2 minutes.
Girl, because you're going to have to wash that thing.
They look at me like, Miss Sonia.
You better wash that kumquat
Nobody
before you go to class.
2 minutes.
I mean, a bird bath or something.
Right.
The frontal bidet, I don't care how you do it. Splash some water on you, some deodorant or something. That was my mother voice. It just jumped out of my body. So that call that Lisa just took was our songstress that's coming in behind the brown door. She's so dope. I don't know if y'all brace yourself. Tell everybody it's full concert in this mug today. Joyce is really dope though. She's a Seton girl. She's a private school kid. She didn't go to Luther South, but I'm gonna shout out to Seton, even though we used to beat them in basketball with me at the point guard. Just wanted to throw that out there. That's verifiable. A little shade, but it's cool. Anyway,
She said that without even taking a breath.
None, because baby, before Allen Iverson. You dig? There was Dawn. You dig?
And we got Alan's story too.
Hey, speaking of Allen Iverson,
Alan used to love Dawn.
Well, I have to say that he did.
Whenever I say he is Lisa, where's Dawn?
Yeah,
like I have so many stories.
No,
about
he did not lick my face.
Alan is
Thank
a
God.
doll, though. I love.
But he is
That's
a sweetheart.
My little brother. Yeah,
he is a sweetheart. Listen, you are listening to the Book of Dawn. Tap in. Tell your friends to tap in. Joyce Jackson Hurley is on her way in the building, and she's gonna be behind that brown door. We had another surprise for you, but I don't even want to share it with you because we're gonna roll.
Well, we got so many surprises for like the next few weeks. So yeah. We got surprises forever, so
yeah, for sure. And I got to tell you how happy I was. I did watch the Brat interview yesterday, and Rick Party didn't say my name, but she did. Go
Rick
check it
probably
out.
had because did you and Rick even know each other back then?
I don't know. If he knew you, he knew me. You're listening to the Book of Dawn on What's in It for the Black People Media. Stay with us when we roll into the 10 o'clock hour. Gotta pay a few bills. And we'll be back with Joyce Jackson Hurley.
Yeah.
WIFTBPN.
Hi, I'm Dr. Willie Wilson, and I'm running for U.S. Senate for the state of Illinois. I will never give up on inclusion and equality, prison reform, reduced property taxes, and economic opportunity for all. I want to get to know your neighborhood and the problem that you face every day. And I want to serve every man, woman, and child in the state of Illinois. A vote for me is a vote for you.
Paid for by Willie Wilson for Senate 2020.
Shop at Black-owned and operated Solo Beauty, where you are appreciated and respected. Located at 8158 South Cottage Grove, Solo Beauty can supply all of your black hair care needs. Solo Beauty is open from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday, or you can find them online at solobeauty.com.
When you need vibrant, colorful gear that offers high-performance material that keeps you cool, call Agent Huff Custom Gear. Let us take your expressions and create something new for your everyday wear, your bedroom, or bath. For all your needs, we offer custom sublimation, silkscreen, vinyl, and embroidery. You can reach us on all things social at Superhero Huff, www.superherohuff.com, or 630-476-9191.
This secure moment is brought to you by Secure Home and Automation, your premier authorized Bring security dealer. Home invasions occur every 23 seconds, fire every 85 seconds, and medical emergencies occur suddenly. In times like these, get secured home and automation and an affordable wireless home alarm system with professional monitoring. This includes fast emergencies response, free security analysis, free equipment, and free installation. A limited time offer, be proactive. Call today, don't delay. 708-251-5069. That's 708-251-5069. Call now, 708-251-5069, or visit our website, securehomeandautomation.com. Secure Home and Automation, where your life safety is our priority. It brings authorized dealer, certain restrictions apply.
He is joining Chicago famous Mr. Rick Party.
I remember meeting the Brat before she was big. We were going to Jack the Rapper conference in Atlanta.
Jack the Rapper again.
So she's sitting, waiting for a plane. She got her braids in her hair, got her overalls on, and she saw me walk up to the gate. She's like, Rick Party, oh my God! She's doing all of that. I said, well, who are you? She goes, I'm the Brat. I'm a new rapper from the, I live on the West Side. I'm with Social Def. I'm about to meet Jermaine Dupri. I did some on Chris Cross's song. I think it was it The Bomb or something like that? Or
Right.
Yeah. She did some on there. So that was my introduction to her. So she would come back to my show every now and then and help me introduce the Coke Top 99. I remember we played a home jam and had people judge her song, right? And some people like, it's all right, it's okay. And she's like, yo,
Wow.
Straight West Side, man. It was crazy.
Straight West Side.
Yeah, so.
Chicago Famous, 3 to 6, Monday through Friday, right here on What's in It for the Black People Media.
WIFTBP.
Live from your studio. You're listening to Book of Dawn. Book of with Dawn Millhouse.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Book of Dawn. It's in the 10 o'clock hour, and we are welcoming behind the brown door. You got the knock? Knock. Joyce,
like what?
Joyce Jackson Hurley. Good morning,
Good morning.
Joyce.
Good morning.
Joyce is. I'm gonna do this off the cuff. I am going to be nice. I can't be anything but nice because some of that stuff that happened behind the brown door,
we can't.
It has to stay behind that brown door.
Yeah, we can't. Really talk
some of that. Some of that we're not gonna share.
Correct.
We're not gonna be all sherry.
Correct.
Joyce is a mother. Now of two college graduates.
2 college grads.
University of Missouri.
Yes.
SEC. I'm not Roll Tide, but they play each other this week in Alabama and Mizzou.
Well, we're gonna win. Well, probably not.
Y'all short 12 kids from the test. They tested positive. We're just gonna roll into town and do what we do. That's another argument. But anyway, she's a mother. She's a friend. She is a singer of all genres. She is a confidant, a mentor to many, because in my opinion, Joyce was always able to find the good in any situation. Joyce has pulled me off a few ledges, just a few. But she's also allowed herself to receive friendship. And so I have had the opportunity of watching Joyce grow in a space that she didn't necessarily want to be in, but she embraced it and brought a different level of understanding and spirituality to even secular music.
Right.
Our introduction was made by Maurice Fitzgerald.
Correct.
When MV was open and Joyce wanted to perform secular music. But she was struggling because she had never done it. And so I'll never forget when I sent her the flyer, she said, okay, I'm going to post this. But she put this 15-page disclaimer on the post. And she was like, listen, if you know me from here, do not come here. Because first of all, I don't even know what I'm doing. And second,
hilarious.
So I had the pleasure and the honor of being the first venue that hosted what now you can't even book her. I mean, you can. I'm sure they have 1 or 2 dates available.
These days, you book just about anybody.
Yeah, but she now is the member of a band called Park and Ride with the most talented musicians who we celebrated one of them the other day. A belated birthday for Tony Kazoo.
Yeah.
But they have their own band. She went from not doing it to being one of the best bands that's booked for weddings and huge events all over the city. So welcome, Joyce.
Thank you.
To the Book of Dawn. Yeah. Joyce, let's just jump right in here. I'm gonna be polite. Joyce knows.
Don't be polite. I'm ready for you.
Okay,
Come on, I'm ready for me.
First
after 8 o'clock. I can handle you after 8 o'clock.
She came in here looking so cute, and I'm on my way to Nordstrom Rack when I leave. And her kick of the day is hot.
I'm going to post it in a minute.
You better. Joyce, tell me let's start on the spiritual side.
Okay.
Tell me what was the most difficult part about coming into the secular world from your background?
I think part of it was the reputation that I had in the religious sector, in the church sector. I probably have been able to partner with the majority of churches in Chicago, mid to large size. Probably have done workshops and things like that. And so a lot of churches have a very legalistic perspective, and there's that serving two masters. You can't do this and you can't do that. And so as I began to do it, I wondered if I would lose relationship in terms of business. Would I lose business relations? Would I lose contracts with churches that had contracts for workshops and things like that? But the beauty of it was, at that time, I was a member and staff. I was over all worship. I was a worship director for a smaller church in Chicago Heights. And they were very postmodern, very contemporary. And so it didn't bother them one bit.
Not one bit.
So it gave me a sense of peace as well as a sense of security. That even if everybody else kind of cut me off, I knew the space where I worked, and I knew the home church where my children came to worship.
Absolutely.
We would be good. So I was willing to take the risk.
Good. And so when you crossed over, you did your performance, and then you came back a couple times after that in that new space. At some point, you embraced it. Once you embraced it, because we had these conversations, and I'd be like, "Oh my God, her voice is amazing! Sing this thing." And you're like, "Wait a minute, I didn't grow up like that. I don't even know that song. I don't even. Girl, don't
That's
ask
still
me
so much I don't know." Yeah.
But you have evolved so much in these 7 years, right? I think that was 2013.
2013 or 14, one of those. Yeah.
And when did it make sense to you on the inside, for your children, for your career? And for your next, when did that all come together for you?
I think the shifting point was actually a conversation that I had with an older member of one of the churches where I served, and they came to this place we used to have residency at called Relax, and we would hang out there and work there. I mean, that was home base.
Yes, and
there was an older couple that came there from one of the churches, and I didn't know how to feel about it, because the old generation, they want to hear what they want to hear, and then they come and go, "Wait a minute, but you sing here." And the husband pulled me aside after the break, because after the break you go and walk around and talk to people, see how they're doing, thank them for coming, that kind of thing. And he pulled me aside and he said, you just have an amazing voice. He said, and we love to hear you when you're at the church. We love it. He said, but I really like you right here.
I love it.
And it was because it was from that generation. It was a guy that I respected. I was like, really? And then his wife said, well, what do you dream about? And I was like, we finna do this right here, right now in front of the bar.
Right, and at the bar.
At the bar. Now, I haven't even had a drink yet.
Right.
I can't even hear.
Let me.
Right. And so for me, it was those kind of conversations. On top of that, growing older, growing wiser, encountering things in life, disappointments, traumas. They help you to redefine your own sense of purpose, perspective, as well as, I can honestly say for me, your sense of theology, like where God is, who God is, and how you connect to God in different ways.
Now, I wanted to know too, who inspired you? Like whether it's a singer or more of, because I mean, not everybody is a recording artist that sings, especially in church. Who are some of the people that influenced you?
Church-wise or
whoever, like anybody that you looked up to or inspired you to sing?
On the church side, it was more at that time. Worship in the Black church was evolving, and so it was more like Yolanda Adams, Fred Hammond, because I would go to any and every concert when they came to town. If they were here for 3 days, I went to 3 concerts.
Absolutely,
because they had the ability to take a song that they had recorded, but once they did it live, it was totally different.
Right.
Different flow, different feel, and that was really where I wanted to be, because I really like to tap into the emotional side of music. And so I like to be able to connect to it. And they really, really showed me how to connect. Israel Houghton on the worship side, Ron Canoli for the old worship heads.
Right.
Though on the worship side, it was that. And then once I started going to the other side, it was more like Anita Baker, because even as a kid, I listened to a lot of secular music when I was a child. And then when I became older, got married, got all deep, got legalistic.
Legalistic
kind of to the
imp.
Look, to the imp.
Right.
When that Harry Potter thing came out, girl, my kids could not participate. They were the most miserable children on the block. Because that was witchcraft. That was witchcraft. No. And so it was Anita Baker. I listen to Jill Scott, Layla Hathaway. I try to see if I can ever hit some of Layla Hathaway's bottom notes. Never, not yet. But if I raise it up a key, I can. I mean,
I'll take it.
I like to pursue the artists that are passionate, that when you see them live, even in the church, the phrase that says, what comes from the heart reaches the heart. Those that are heart connected to their music, they have a story to tell. Every song is a story. And it really depends on how Mary J., even though she's not my favorite singer, she always tells you her story. I mean, she has the best albums when she's going through the most hell.
Yeah.
That's a lot of artists.
It's the truth.
It's like, it's awful, but it's a good and bad thing.
It's awful,
That's when they go multi-platinum.
Multi-platinum, because you can identify with that.
Yeah.
Well, you mentioned that when you talked about your inspiration, you talked your connection.
Yeah.
That the music is the life.
It's
the soul
it's
of
the story.
It's the story.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you mentioned Anita Baker. You mentioned Yolanda Adams. Both can take you on a journey and make you feel like you're in church.
Yes.
Right? Because church is what you learn on the outside of the legal part.
Right.
The tradition or the structure of the old church is that the psalm.
Right.
The song in the psalm is what's connecting to you. And everybody is motivated differently.
Correct.
And that's really the key.
Absolutely.
I think God intended song and psalm to do just that.
Yeah. It's what then we changed it around.
Absolutely.
And we created barriers and walls.
Absolutely. Shouts out to Pastor Stephen Thurston.
Oh,
I
no.
love me
we used to go back and forth. He would say, "Oh, you should do this," and I'm like, "I'm not doing that. I don't sing that kind of music." But you would be so good. You're so boring. I mean, he was just
he was lightweight like me. He was little.
It was worse though. Cause Stephen. Excuse me, Reverend Thurston. Reverend Thurston.
Yeah. Woo. Yeah, that's my dude.
He will let you.
Girl, drop all the mics.
Yes.
Yeah. Like, Pastor Thurston, you're going to have to come in here and talk.
Girl,
this
you better
book
get some
Dawn.
filters.
I better. Right. Bloop. Lisa, we'll need the
right. You will need it. Yeah.
And then shouts out to Reggie Cotton for having Relax.
Oh, yeah. I miss Relax.
Yeah. He I
Relax,
talked to him.
Brown Door. We miss them.
Yeah. Well, Mr. Millhouse said that Brown Door we might have another Brown Door. It'll be bigger.
We kind of hoping they're relaxed.
Yeah.
There's some things going on over there that we might be able to.
Get even.
If I ever come up with some, if I come into some money, I'm gonna get my own spot. Or partner with some people.
Please partner. Let me tell you this, because it is not, because you had kids that are grown now.
Mm-hmm.
Restaurants are babies that don't go to college. Mm-hmm. Okay, just shots out. But if you listen next Monday, Mr. Millhouse, if you want to open a restaurant and you got a good concept, he said he's gonna take 3 people from concept to creation and do what. Before Shark Tank, he's going to do that work with and for you.
Nice.
Yeah, in business. So if you are listening and you have a great idea, he said everybody has a great idea. He'll be here next Monday with his executive leadership team or part thereof. I said, can I wear this? When I left this morning, he said, no. You got to wear a suit. I said, Jesus, I'm coming. I got to come to work. Like Maze. I got to look like Maze, right? Because Maze was suited up today.
Suited and booted.
He had a flip-flops on, but he had on the suit. I wasn't probably supposed to say that out loud. Hey, Maze, if you're listening. You are listening to the Book of Dawn on What's in It for the Black People Media. We are joined by songstress, sister, psalmist, Joyce, mommy, homegirl, and friend, Joyce Jackson Hurley. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
WIFTBPM.
Shop at Black-owned and operated Solo Beauty, where you are appreciated and respected. Located at 8158 South Cottage Grove, Solo Beauty can supply all of your black hair care needs. Solo Beauty is open from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday, or you can find them online at solobeauty.com.
Are you curious to explore the intellectual currents that channel our thoughts and frame our reality? Have you ever meditated for relaxation and accidentally discovered the universe in the process? These matters and many more you may never have even thought of will be yours to explore as you come with me into Muwakil's world. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 11 to 1. Right here on What's in It for the Black People Media.
I was going to ask you, so growing up, did you ever have an old racist family in your neighborhood? Did you have one live next to you or one down the street? Just somebody's house that you know on the block you didn't want to go nowhere near that house. The neighbor who was directly behind us had a real problem coming outside seeing my white mother and my black father.
We got us the gun line.
This dude built an 8-foot fence, more like 10 foot.
So they put up the Huck Finn joint.
Exactly. That shit looked like a castle. You know, my dad, he's a big guy, football player guy. My dad guy who walks over there.
Old school
and then
black.
he's like, yo, I don't appreciate these apples in my yard. He's like, motherfucker, we don't even have an apple tree. These are your apples.
You like apples?
Your kids are throwing apples over here. Okay, there's that little space, but there's still a fence. So they're right there looking at each other.
Tell them about the gun line, boss.
And I said something like, yeah, Dad. And that dude said, shut up, you little monkey. Leroy stuck his head over the fence.
You're gonna die, clown!
Grabbed dude by the neck.
Run.
And proceeded to pull him halfway over this fence. Like,
Finish him.
Mrs. Wheeler comes running out. Oh, Leroy, don't do that. It's not worth it. Blah, blah, blah. My dad was getting ready to kill this dude. And within 6 months, that guy moved away.
Don't cross the gun line, boss.
Right, the gun line, boss.
Chicago Famous, 3 to 6, Monday through Friday, right here on What's in It for the Black People Media.
WIFTVP.
Live from your media studio. You're listening to Book of Dawn. Book of with Dawn Millhouse.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Book of Dawn, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. on weekdays. And after we leave today, they're going to get triggered with Mike Brown.
Bing, bing, bing.
And then
Right.
Herb and Two going to say what they say. Right?
No, the Bigs.
Oh, the Bigs. Oh, we
Bigs,
got to talk
right.
about Deion.
Let's say,
They got to talk
yeah.
about Deion Sanders taking his coaching job, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's your
prime
boy.
time is the head coach now in college football.
That's your
Shouts out to
dude, yeah.
we're gonna have to have Deion on the show.
Oh yeah, he'll
right?
do it. That's your guy.
Yeah,
like,
that's the homie. I knew Deion when he was wearing Jerry curls and Jury, spelled Juray. I'm like, boy, if I don't teach you nothing in this friendship, it's gonna be how to say jewelry. All the syllables. Girl, I got jury. You jury duty? Never mind.
So wait, what does he say now?
I don't know. I've got him. He doesn't wear it like he used to. I got pictures of Deion with drippy Jerry curl. Like Deion was a hot mess back then. But he was fine though. I could see through
Deion Sanders is the only one, because in this industry we get a lot of free stuff. People send me stuff, but half the time I give my promotional stuff away. It's just been the nature for the past 30 years. I get so much stuff that and I'm very thankful. But I pay for it. I give it away. But when I went to Texas for my first time, when I went to Dallas, I actually purchased a jersey, a Deion Sanders jersey that I was so excited. I'm like, I actually bought this.
Oh,
and
yeah,
because even with my friends from the
spend my
Bears,
own coinage.
I mean, I talk to people, right? And same thing with shoes. I used to get all kinds of shoes. Every time Shaq or Allen Iverson would have a new pair of shoes, they would always send it to me, even though I preferred Nike. I did get Nike stuff, but I would always get the Reebok stuff because of Shaq and Allen Iverson.
Allen Iverson's Reebok.
Yeah, and I liked them all, but I just,
Shaq shoes suck, and that's
right.
my
But I have the
LA Gears suck.
No, but you remember the Shaqnosis, the ones that are like they look like the Twilight Zone. I have those.
And,
the ones that,
and if anybody knows Shaquille Rashawn O'Neal, I've already told him that, so you don't have to tell.
Yeah, but I used to wear his shoes. I used to almost fall because I would just be funny and try and put his gym shoes or his like house shoes or whatever on, and I would fall. I had a pair of slippers on once.
Shaq wears a 21, right?
And
Shoe?
I don't. And so
21 something big.
I would try and be funny, and I almost fell
Oh.
on my face on hardwood floor. But that's a whole nother story. Yeah, because that's just me being silly because he is like a little brother. But what
Little
was my
big.
point about
He was a little big.
Right, but what we
You
just
bought
talked
the
about
jersey.
shoes. Oh yeah, and so my other pair of shoes that I bought was when our friend, Jay passed away from Run DMC.
Oh God, that was my dude.
When Jay passed away and his wife, they did a
Terry.
special pair when Terry Mizell did that shoes, and it had his face on the side and stuff. I actually purchased those because it was helping the kids and stuff.
And they finally arrested the people that killed him.
Yeah, I heard about
Yay.
that.
You talked about Texas, so I just want to shout out to my auntie Tina, who is in Houston, who is they're getting a lot of water down there. So we're praying for Houston. And make, that tropical storm is hovering over Houston. So we are in studio with Joyce Jackson Hurley.
Yes, ma'am.
Listen. I just have to breathe. She is so gifted. Again, not just as I think that when you transcended into and embraced music as your gift, not that you hadn't before, but you allowed your gift to be shared on a much broader spectrum because you embraced something that some people judge, right? But I think from that you've met people being in that space that have allowed your life to open to a much broader audience, thus making your gift more valuable to the entire world and not just the people who think that Jesus is in the building waiting on them to come on Sundays.
Correct.
And so having said that, I can sing background if you want to.
What?
Would you like to?
She said,
Would
what?
you like to
Look at her
share
face.
a little bit of your voice
On what?
on that microphone?
What kind of song?
Whatever.
Don't do that.
Oh
Whatever
gosh.
you like.
No. Watch this. Watch her answer to this. Can you rap "Old
Nope.
Dirty Bastard"?
She said no.
I know no rap.
I know. We've
and
had
I've
this
been
conversation.
trying.
Not even LL Cool J?
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe
Maybe
her
like if
kids.
it's playing it, and if you're playing it, and I probably the words
me
will start
see,
coming
what do
back.
we-
But if I had to,
What do y'all
I had
want
to
to
do
Even
it.
just like I Need Love. That's a night when I'm
No.
alone in my room. Sometimes I stare at
Joyce,
the
you
wall.
don't know that
And
song.
in the back of my mind,
I'm
it's my
Joyce's
conscience thought.
jukebox for
No?
all things
For
rap.
all things rap, yeah. I cool. Maybe Grandmaster Flash back in the day when I was. That's it. I
But
mean,
now there is
like
there
the
is-
holiday ones,
and
you
there
know?
is secular rap and everything now too. So
There is, but it's not. Well, some of it's decent, but anyway.
I don't like- I
Okay,
don't
so
like the
Joyce,
rap
let's. You said Jill Scott or Anita Baker.
Okay.
Let's do something like that. I said let's. Like I'm gonna
She
say.
said let's.
I got a little water. You need a little water.
Girl, I need a whole voice.
You
I have a gig at 5:00. I'm not even
just
sure.
just a little. Give us a little.
When we met, always knew I would feel that magic for you on my mind constantly. In my arms is where you should be. Yeah. I love you here by me, baby. You let my love fly freely. I want you in my life for all times. I'm caught up in the rapture of love. Nothing else can compare, babe. When I feel the magic of you, Now, for people at home, that's the wrong people.
Hey, listen.
Tell them jokers don't say nothing about it.
Yeah. Say
Chuck,
something.
Chuck don't say
and
nothing.
Chuck
will be like, that's not the right key.
It doesn't matter.
Because he went to Luther
Luther
South and he
do
knows
whatever
all
you
things.
want.
Sure.
Acapella,
if they
you
playing and
right.
I'll say change the key, they better do.
Look,
right.
If
Chucky,
they want us to succeed, they better.
Chucky can say whatever he wants because he went to Luther South. Just putting that out there. Go Braves of Luther
Is it
South.
still open?
It's Satan.
I went to Whitney Young. I finished that Whitney Young.
Yeah.
So that's where I belong.
Yeah.
It's still open.
It is still open. They was talking about them yesterday. That's a whole nother conversation. Oh, special. No, I got a lot of friends that went to Whitney Young.
My kids went there too.
Yeah.
Take it easy.
Okay, Dolphin.
All
Okay.
Dolphins.
Okay, Dolphin.
All Dolphins.
Flipper and ish. Okay, see, that's how we do. That's
I'm good with
that's
it.
my yes.
Let's go.
So Joyce, so now you see, yeah. So
did you hear that little rasp or hear
I
that
like
like
that
preaching
though.
rasp?
I did.
That means I can't breathe. That's what that means. That means I need to warm up.
But it
works. You work it.
Most musicians that are good have a little raspy.
We have to work through it.
Yeah. I got raspy. You think I
when
can
you work
say?
a lot too.
Yeah.
I mean, and the older I have become, hormones and menopause, they change. My voice did change. I lost my top notes.
Yeah. Menopause will change some things.
Change
We've
a
had a
whole
couple
Right.
private summers together.
Yes.
When you talk a lot too, that's my biggest fear. I'm like, what if I talk so much that my voice just ends? Like, I always get.
But
and
you
that's
can
like,
talk too
That's like
much.
a Twilight Zone episode. I have to call Jordan because I'm like, I talk a lot, and I was like, what if you just use up? What if your voice box only has so much?
And it just goes away?
I probably used up like 4 lives already, and I was like, oh, don't do that. Right.
I had an ENT tell me once though I was going through some strain, and he said it wasn't from the singing; it was from talking.
Really?
Because often we
I'm gonna
talk.
pray right now, Father God, in the name of Jesus, please do not take this voice from me.
Please, right.
Please, I
Often we
can't.
don't talk. We don't talk in the right register. Like I should really talk like, "Good morning, how are you?" I should really talk, but I don't.
How would you even know that?
You can train you don't know that until you go to a. Most people don't use their voices like we do.
Right.
But people who are orators or on the radio, preachers, all kinds of life coaches, okay, they know that because they go to see ENTs. They have to. When you use the voice box that much, at some point, you have to go because you'll develop phlegm.
Yes.
I have little nodules on my vocal folds. So
yes.
I
we're
went through
gonna
a
take
really
care of
bad
that.
season where it was just breaking, and it was because it wasn't closing. And he's like, "It's not the singing, it's the talking."
Really?
Yeah, that's what my teacher said on all my report cards too. Since I was in kindergarten, I just went through
It's
all
the
my
talking.
report cards. She's such a good student. She finishes her work first, but then she goes and she helps the others and she talks too much. I have all my mother saved every report card. Talks
With
too
all the
much.
comments.
Right? Did you ever hear that song? She talks too much,
Yeah, I
and
remember
she
that.
never shuts
Homegirl,
up.
you never
Right,
shut up.
That's hey.
Remember that song? Listen, that was funny because I can't imagine. Wasn't there a movie about that when
You talk
somebody
too much?
woke up and they couldn't talk? There was a movie.
That's,
I'm not
that's
a big-
like My Nightmare on whatever street, not
Not a
even
big
on Elm
movie
Street.
buff.
That's a night. That would be Lisa E's
That would be
Twilight Zone.
That's Lisa E's nightmare. And
If I can't
Country
talk,
Club Hills.
If I can't talk,
Take it
or
easy. What?
right?
She's
Because I'm from
South-
the hills, right? If
I'm South Suburban now.
South
Yeah,
suburbs,
now.
we claim
You're
you still. It's
city girl.
okay.
Hey, I'll take
We
it.
bring you in,
Come
right?
on.
But that's right. That's a good topic too. That would be my nightmare. That or I said I never want to get in a bad accent where somebody fixes me a plate of food because I never want to be disrespectful to somebody. But I'm so picky. I don't like stuff, and I don't like things touching each other. That if you put stuff next to each other
You're
and
not gonna eat
dripped,
it.
I'm like, well, I would try and like fake it when they hand it to me, but then I would have a napkin. I'd be like wiping it off, and yeah.
Listen, when we come back after
TMI.
commercial, we're going to talk we're going to talk about
dabs off the
plates
food.
touching
You
each other.
sing for me, right? Sing something.
But we're also going to ask Joyce about being an empty nester because I feel like
Well, they
you
back,
can.
but yeah.
Well, they're not because not because you're not an empty nester.
Yeah.
Because you left room in the nest, but
Yep.
that's a good thing.
Yeah.
You are listening to the Book of Dawn. Mr. Millhouse Mays said he's going to pitch you a whole great idea next week on
Right.
What's in it for the Black People Media. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
WIFTBPM.
When you need vibrant, colorful gear that offers high-performance material that keeps you cool, call Agent Huff Custom Gear. Let us take your expressions and create something new for your everyday wear, your bedroom, or bath. For all your needs, we offer custom sublimation, silkscreen, vinyl, and embroidery. You can reach us on all things social at Superhero Huff. www.superherohuff.com or 630-476-9191.
Shop at Black-owned and operated Solo Beauty, where you are appreciated and respected. Located at 8158 South Cottage Grove, Solo Beauty can supply all of your black hair care needs. Solo Beauty is open from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday, or you can find them online at solobeauty.com.
So, D-Ray, I wanted to ask you, so do you have a bad boy radio moment? Do you remember an event that you were at that we were hosting or something we did on the radio that really stayed with you?
Okay. Something y'all did on the radio that stayed with me was letting me get on the radio.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
That's true.
That was my step in the door. It was my opportunity to get into GCI, which I started working, there. You guys got me on Sundays and all that stuff. And it introduced me to doing more characters because I would do characters on your guys' show. I don't even remember what the hell I was doing then, but you guys was just letting me go, and that freedom didn't exist nowhere in radio.
Yeah, and it doesn't exist anymore, which is what we're starting to hear and we see when it comes to radio.
Chicago Famous, 3 to 6, Monday through Friday, right here on What's in It for the Black People Media.
WIFTBP.
Live from your media studio. You're listening to Book of Dawn. With Dawn Millhouse.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Book of Dawn on What's in It for the Black People Media. We are with Lisa E., the super producer. Look, I'll do her. I don't know how to do it. Yeah.
Okay.
And Esco.
I can't do it.
Live in studio is
And
Joyce
I just popped
Jackson.
a halls too. Anybody need a hall? As
Popped
we were
a
talking
halls.
about stuff,
Popped a hall.
right?
You didn't
She's
share.
multi-talented. She's
Would
gifted.
you like one? Oh.
No, I'm good.
In studio with Joyce Jackson Hurley behind the brown door on a Tuesday, because that's what we do on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Joyce, before the break, I asked you, as an empty nester, well, I have Winston. I'm a dog mom, and I'm bringing my dog to work one day real soon.
Yes, he's so cute.
He's so cute, but he's so spoiled. He's extra, whole nother story. But if you're a dog mom,
I'm a dog mom.
yes, then you're going to love it, because I'm going to bring that little boy in here and steal the hearts of many.
So cute.
How has, if anything, gotcha. How has empty nesting, or now, your life has transitioned. You went from obviously single to married with children to grown kids, no longer married, being a psalmist and living in a tighter church or box or religious box, to embracing this next. How has the transition from being a hands-on mommy, driving on the weekends to the school and doing all that, changed anything, if at all?
Well, in the beginning, it was really hard because that was your focus. That's your focus for a good portion of your adult life. I got married at 25, had my first kid at 27, 28, something like that. And so when Josh left, I still had Becca. My children are Rebecca and Joshua. And when she left, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to... I didn't know what I wanted. I didn't know what was for me. I didn't know what I liked. I didn't know anything. And we had so many transitions when they both left. So when she left, we sold the house. My mom passed away. I lost the church that I was serving at. I left there. So I had all these different transitions. So it left me a lot of time alone to try to figure out some next steps. I'm still trying to figure out. I'm probably going to always be figuring out some next
Hopefully
steps.
we do.
Yeah. But the interesting thing is, they're back home now because they're both graduates, Mizzou, and but it's so different now. I was sharing with my daughter the other day how weird it is, as a parent of grown children that live with you, how you're held accountable differently.
Sure.
So my kids and I are very, very close. And so we sit around, we talk about any and everything. That's how my mom raised me. We talked about everything. And so we talk. Sometimes I know they want to say, well, why do you, like if I'm seeing a guy or something that's not working out, well, why are you wasting your time? You know, you're doper than that.
And that's so
And
special.
I really don't want to hear that from my kids, though. It's like, so I have to give them the deep answer because it's my journey and I make the choice of when I'm completely done. And I haven't made that choice yet.
Right.
But then on the inside, I'm going, stop asking me questions.
Right.
Stop. So it's very different. It's a blessing now because, during the pandemic, I'm not working. So they're very helpful. They're very supportive. On the music side, Rebecca's my number one top fan. You can't tell her that she's not.
I'm gonna have to fight her.
You might have to fight her on that one. She will fight you on that one. But she'll fight you on that one. But she comes to some of my engagements and she makes sure I'm good. She gets my stuff because I'm notorious for leaving my glasses, my iPad somewhere. She gathers up my things as I'm talking to people. They're just great support on the other side of it. I think I find myself really blessed and fortunate that when my kids graduated, I gave them room to come home for a year to save money, figure out what they want to do. If you're going back to graduate school, just figure it out. Not it's rent free, but you still got to pay somebody's bill, right?
Absolutely.
But it's just been really good having them around for that.
Yeah.
And so, but I'm ready for them because there's no privacy.
None.
And sometimes I forget that somebody's home and I want to walk out of the shower and I was like, oh,
right, put a towel
my
on.
son can't see.
Right, you came from there,
Now,
but
he
you
will
can't look
fall
at it.
out. He'd be like, oh my God, I'm gonna die.
All boys.
Listen,
do you ever, because I shared this with Lisa the other day, do you ever look at them? I certainly look at mine and I'm just like, it had to be God because I didn't have the wherewithal.
Oh my goodness, it had to be.
Do anything that good.
Right, it had to be. My daughter came right out of college. She's an early childhood education teacher. And
got another teacher.
And she went right to University of Chicago Lab School. And my son is a psychology major, so he's going to go back and get a master's. But right now he's just working at Amazon. I was like, I don't care where you work. You just got to work 40 hours. You got to make some money. You got to do your thing. But when I have conversations with them or when they make a decision that at that age I would never have made.
Right.
Or when they make a comment about me, like on my birthday or Mother's Day, it's amazing to me. They have I found this out last week. They have conversations about me all the time. I'm one of those persons. I didn't grow up with a lot of help, so it's very hard for me to ask for help, even from my children. And they'll be like, should we do this for Mom? Yeah, we should just put the money in her account.
Yeah.
But coming from someone looking in, I don't have physical children. I mean, my dog was my child. I didn't give birth to her, but that was my child.
Girl.
And coming from somebody, and I see you guys saying, it's all God. It's a combo platter because the thing is, when you guys do things, you don't see what you bring to the table. Like people in general don't see the impact they have on others.
Correct.
And so, yes, I mean, God definitely helps with everything and puts that magical everything.
Yeah.
But it is something you guys did because your kids wouldn't be to where they were had you not put that extra thing, because God's helped with a lot of other things, and there's kids that just, for whatever reasons, it's not necessarily
they don't make it through the
right. I mean, sometimes people do have good parents, and there's just some bad seeds out there that just go to the other end. But it is what you guys do, and you guys you don't see it, but other people do see it.
It was.
I mean, I've never seen what you do. I've seen what Dawn, and Dawn will not totally take credit, but we've seen the struggles she's done over the years. And her kids see it as well, and everybody else. But it's hard to compliment. It's hard to compliment yourself and to do that. But everybody else sees it.
Yeah.
So,
And I appreciate that. Yeah.
And just like we see for our other friends, like Dawn will be the first one to compliment somebody else. You do this, but we don't see it ourselves.
Right.
Nobody does for anything.
Right.
We can see all the work and all the charity stuff, and awards are great, but awards don't mean anything.
Because we remember all the struggle.
Yeah. Your award,
and
your award is seeing your kids doing what they're doing now. That's the biggest trophy and Oscar you can ever get.
Absolutely.
So.
I tell my kids all the time, don't be me, be better than me.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Don't do what I'm doing, do more than what I'm doing.
Absolutely.
Make a greater impact. It doesn't have to be in the same arena, but make a greater impact. Be mindful, be aware, be fully present.
Yeah.
Well,
that
Be
part.
fully- I
And if
agree.
the pandemic hasn't taught us anything, it has taught us how to be in the moment.
In the moment, be fully present. I had a conversation with my son yesterday. He was like, "Yeah, I got in trouble at work, Mom, and I didn't want to tell you, but my son's 25,
Right.
so he doesn't have to tell me anything, let alone really like come to me in that manner."
Right.
And I was like, Lord, I turned around. I said, "What'd you do?" He was telling me about the scenario, and he works for Amazon. He has a license to open and close the trucks. It was just all their format or whatever. He said that she wanted to move me, and I didn't want to move. And I said, well, why didn't you want to? I mean, you have to take direction, son.
Right.
And he was like, yeah, but we were almost complete. I wanted to finish to completion with this team that I was working with. We were working well together. We were doing. It didn't make sense what decision she was making. He said, so they took me to HR. I said, what did you say? He said, I said, where can I turn in my license? Because you don't pay me extra for that. And so if I can't do my best in the spaces where I'm supposed to be in, I'm just going to stack boxes. I was like, God, you are so your mother.
that.
You are so your mother.
Right.
I was like, oh, okay.
Right. I mean,
Makes sense to me. Stand up for yourself, black man. I mean,
got you. Yeah.
I was like,
yeah, I
okay.
like
yeah.
that.
So I was like, I guess we doing all right.
Yeah, shots out,
Yeah, you
nephew.
gotta stand up.
Because if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for any damn thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
and
saying?
he's always very quiet. You know, he's
That's
my
a good
quiet
way.
kid.
Ooh, that's one of your things. If you
Yeah.
don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything.
Anything.
Yeah, I like
you
that.
will, because
Yeah.
everything will feel good, and you'll be like, oh, do this, oh, do this.
Right.
You don't have
But
to-
that, like Lisa said, that's a testament to your upbringing.
Yeah.
To
I'm
you,
grateful.
for you giving him the voice.
Yeah.
And teaching him how to use it. Because if more of them knew how to use the voice,
Right.
that
It would be a different.
that changes the
generation would
trajectory
look
of
different. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So you mentioned you working at Relax and obviously behind the brown door. Tell me about you personally, or you and Park and Ride, and what's going on in the pandemic. Are you doing shows?
We August was really heavy. We were it was so heavy we were unorganized with it. Like we almost messed up a couple of gigs because
And that is so not you.
it's so not me. I mean, but we went from nothing to everybody went through most of the summer. You get to August and everybody wants to do backyard parties or small parties. With 15, 20 people. And
We've learned how to adapt to it.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah. And they've been pretty fair with price. We know we would have to take some hit, but some hit I'm just not willing to take. And so it's better for us to stay home and do laundry than to go do 7 hours for $100. We're not gonna do it.
That part.
Unless it's something we can get a bunch of gigs from.
Absolutely.
But
Because
if-
there is that.
there are the
Yeah.
feeder gigs that are
Yes.
great. They don't pay a lot, but you get a lot of business.
Yeah.
So we've been doing backyard parties. We did a private party last Friday. We'll be at Bocce's on this coming Saturday, which is in the south suburbs in Mattison. And then on
Which the
Sunday,
the mayor said,
Mattison.
I call it.
I still call it Matson. See,
Yeah.
but people from the south side was like Mattison.
Yeah,
We call
yeah.
it Matson.
Yeah, we call
Lincoln
it
Mall.
Matson.
We call it by Lincoln Mall.
Yeah.
Down the street from Lincoln Mall.
I call it Mattison.
Which is no longer Lincoln
I
Mall.
also
Right.
say
by Red
sneakers.
Lobster, right?
Yeah.
Sneakers.
Sneakers. And then on Sunday we'll be at a place called Culture. It's in
Okay.
Homewood, black owned.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
black
nice.
owned. Yeah, it's black owned. They took over a good spot that was down the street from a place we frequent often that hasn't opened back up yet, called Copper Still.
Oh, so it's on Dixie Highway.
It's on Dixie Highway.
Okay.
It's literally across the street, a couple of doors down.
Okay, is that by the bank? Is that by U.S. Bank, or is
It's
that
across from the gas station right there in that corner.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Yep, directly
Gotcha.
across.
So you said what day are you going to be?
Saturday
at
the
Bocce?
26th, we'll be at Bocce's from 4 to 7.
And I heard, I've not been there yet, but I heard that you have to get there pretty early to get a seat.
Yeah, the challenge now is because of the pandemic, and we're outside when it's warm. They do have a big tent, so if it's sunny, it's not too bad. The bees have been a monster.
Oh yeah, it's bee season.
But you do have to get there early to get a seat because once they run out, they run out. Sometimes we cheat, and if we
Yeah.
see people we know, we let them have our table. We have a table.
Okay.
We'll pull them to our table.
And then what about at Culture? Because I've never
Culture,
been
you
to
have to,
Culture either.
Yeah, Culture, you have to do reservations, so you have to call.
Okay.
And I'll be posting the stuff later on today. You have to call because of the pandemic. So because when they weren't taking reservations during the pandemic, they were trying to keep the social distancing and everything, and they pulled some tables and stuff out on the sidewalk. It was just too many people. It was just too many people.
Yeah.
It was just too many.
So you said you're going to post things. Where would you actually post them?
I post them on the Park and Ride page, which is Park, the letter N, Ride Band, that page, as well as I posted to my own personal page, which is Joyce Jackson Hurley.
And that's on Instagram and Facebook.
Instagram and Facebook.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
You guys make sure that you, Joyce, stay with us. Make sure you check out Park and Ride and the songstress Soul Sister, my friend,
my brothers,
Empty Nester, and the drummer went to Luther South. So Whitney Young, I'm sorry. But the impact lives. Let me tell you what I'm doing a little bit later, and then we're going to take a break. I am going to be with the President, Carrie K. Steele of the Metropolitan Water Reclamation District. Say that fast 3 times.
Right.
Today, you guys are welcome. It's at City Hall, 838 West Kinsey. We will be socially distant from 5:30 to 6:30. Come and check her. Listen, she is super smart. She is like legit a chemist, like way past my smart. But she's the first Black woman president of this esteemed organization, and clean water matters to her. So make certain that if you're downtown or you want to drive downtown at 5:30, come check her out at 838 West Kinsey. Today, awesome. I will be there with one of our broadcast brothers, and we will be looking for you to join us. Stay with us. You're listening to the Book of Dawn on What's in It for the Black People Media. We'll be right back.
WIFTBPM.
Today's world requires first-hand knowledge of real international working. As a successful international businessman, I have achieved many goals and made many business friends abroad. International business can rebuild the middle class by creating the infrastructure to support small businesses through economic development funds and international expansion. I'm Dr. Willie Wilson. Vote for me. Send me to Washington. God bless.
Paid for by Willie Wilson for Senate 2020.
We fun guy.
What's tomorrow?
Fun guy, what's up, baby?
What it do, baby?
Yeah, yo, what do you know?
You know what I'm saying? So I'll be telling you.
What's going on, Chicago? What's in it for the Black People Media presents?
I want to go higher. Oh, my God.
Call your sons, call your daughters, call your friends, call your neighbors.
The Big Tuesdays and Thursdays, 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. with Eugene McIntosh and Terrence Tomlin. We got what you need right here on What's in It for the Black People Media.
This secure moment is brought to you by Secure Home and Automation, your premier authorized Bring security dealer. Home invasions occur every 23 seconds, fire every 85 seconds, and medical emergencies occur suddenly. In times like these, get secured home and automation and an affordable wireless home alarm system with professional monitoring. This includes fast emergencies response, free security analysis, free equipment, and free installation. A limited time offer, be proactive. Call today, don't delay. 708-251-5069. That's 708-251-5069. Call now, 708-251-5069. Or visit our website, securehomeandautomation.com. Secure Home and Automation, where your life safety is our priority. It brings authorized dealers, certain restrictions apply.
WIFTBP.
Live from your media studio. You're listening to Book of Dawn. With Dawn Millhouse.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Book of Dawn. I just had a whole fight with the headphones. They keep telling me to wear my hair down. Y'all know I'm a ponytail girl. And every time I take it off and get all caught up, like, I'm going to need to go back to the ponytail, okay? That's like my signature. But anyway, I'm going to try. I'm going to try this hair down thing for another couple days. And Jesus, Lord the Christ. You are listening to the Book of Dawn with the super producer, Lisa E. and Esco, and our in-studio guest, Joyce Jackson Hurley, who has blessed us with the gift of voice and given us a little advice about how to embrace your next. That's kind of what I took from it.
Yeah.
Joyce, So bocce on Saturday, right? And I think the weather's going to be good this week.
Oh yeah, it's going to be like the 80.
Yeah. Praise God for Jesus. Yes. And Sunday too. I think we get rain, but Sunday night.
Well, we're inside.
So,
yeah.
You're inside on.
No,
okay.
It looks like no sun. It looks like it's just going to be sunny with a little bit of cloudy.
Oh,
73 Sunday. It doesn't look like it's going to. Yeah.
That's perfect weather. Actually,
I'll take it. Yeah.
And you can wear white. Remember, I told y'all after Labor Day.
Well, what do you want to wear?
All year long. That part.
If you choose.
So Joyce, tell me, for anybody who no, can I say it on air about the? Hold on, you guys.
Meanwhile, Lisa.
Yeah, that we're working on it. Yeah,
okay. Okay, sorry. It's live broadcast. I didn't want to say that. Put your pen up. I remember that. I'm gonna be on that show, by the way. I'm not gonna be like Rosie, but I'm gonna be on there.
What is that? The foods that begin with the letters QU, Alex.
Hey, you know they there was a question about
pretty good.
Chicago. Oh, she got voices, baby. There was a question about the Chicago Defender on there. Not too long ago. It was pretty cool. Joyce,
yes.
what tell me the big thing. There's a big thing that I just asked permission to bring up.
So we have been the challenge with Park and Ride, which is myself, Joyce Jackson Hurley, Tony Cazzo, Chuck Lacey, and Lamar Jones, is that I am fortunate enough and feel overly blessed to work with some amazing musicians that are extremely busy. And when I say amazing, I really do mean amazing.
I would have to agree.
They're busy, so it's been really hard for us to record. It's hard for us to rehearse. It's really hard for us to record. But we are working on our first single. We're going to do a cover. We got some advice from Kevin Bond in Atlanta. We were doing a birthday party. No, we were doing a small reception for his nephew, who we knew. I believe his nephew. I believe Keon's nephew. You know Keon?
Mm-hmm.
And we were setting up, and we were doing sound check. And I was singing. We just on a little balcony singing. And it was Kevin Bond, and I'm going,
whoa.
Right. And you keep singing. And then I started singing, what do you do when Kevin Bond walks in? You just keep. But he just was very chill. He's very cool. He's very touchable, very reachable. And he was like, you guys don't have music out? And we were like,
right. No.
He was like, you guys are like really, really good. He said, you guys have a vibe that's just pretty amazing. So he said, well, if you don't write anything soon, do a cover. Because the way you guys do covers are not even like the original song. I mean, you're going to do that part, but you're always going to flip it somewhere. We always flip it somewhere.
Right.
And so we're going to, we're in the process of covering Close the Door by Teddy Pendergrass.
Ooh, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Close
in the key of G.
In the key of G in the Book of Dawn. Close the door. No.
Let me rub your back when you say it's sore.
Oh.
She's gonna go minor. Let me rub your back when you say it's sore.
Like
just minor it a little bit.
I like it.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be really cool. But we're gonna work on some other stuff. During this pandemic, we've actually Lamar and I have actually been amassing equipment.
Nice.
So that when we go out, we have other stuff as well. And so we're thinking about starting that kind of business too. Just
I like
go ahead and amass them. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
a lot
necessary.
of bands don't have sounds.
Yeah.
A lot of spaces don't have sounds.
Yeah.
And, it'll give us something to do as we get older, because I can't sing for the rest of them. I can, but
I'm not
like this.
Right.
Not like this. So.
You so just I want to make certain that they know you're going to be at Bocce's this weekend, and you're going to be at Culture. Culture is black owned. It's Bocce's.
It is black owned.
Black owned?
No.
Or no? Okay.
Bocce's Greek owned.
I'll take
Love
the Greek.
them.
That was my
They've
first
been
job.
there
I was
forever,
waiting
forever. They are the nicest people.
Do they have great food?
The owner.
They have amazing food.
Their cheese sticks are really good. They have really good food. Yeah, and the owner is so nice. I used to do parties for years with Belgie Faulkner.
Oh,
yeah, and I used to do Friday night. Yeah, you know Belgie very well. I used to do parties up there. No. But Belgie used to be like his promoter for years, like on Fridays, and I did, That was just our hangout because everybody in the south suburbs. It was a cool place. There was no, I mean, there's problems everywhere. Sometimes
there's drama everywhere.
But it wasn't that bad. And plus, you had good food and good music.
It's Cheers.
It's Cheers. A bigger Cheers.
It's Cheers.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we used to go there every Sunday after church. That's where we would have that. That was our Sunday dinner spot.
That was your gather spot.
And we go there. We would go there at least 2 or 3 times a week before we even started playing there. And then one day we were standing there. Dennis walked up to us. He said, "Where you guys always coming from? You always got on black. Where you coming from?"
Right.
Like, we're coming from a gig. We had a gig, and we were telling him about it. Blah blah blah. Then I did a vow renewal, and in walks the whole family.
Oh, wow.
Dennis,
Wow.
Tina, and Dad.
Yeah.
And Dennis was like, "Oh, you can sing."
Right.
I was like, "Oh,
That part.
I mean, I get it. I mean,
Right.
everybody said they could sing." And so one day Tina was like, she walked over to the table. We were over, eating and just fellowshipping.
Felt right.
And
Amen. Communion.
over brown and clear,
Right.
fellowshipping. She was like, "Hey, I want to start live music. You guys interested?" And we were like, "Yeah, let's talk numbers."
So you
Boom.
guys were the first.
We were the inaugural band. They used to have live music before, and then they just stopped it for
Okay.
years. And she was like, "Can you guys kick us off?" And then we would help them find other bands, and other bands came in. Or still, she'll ask us, "What do you think about this band?" And we try to be fair.
Good.
And it's never like, don't do that. It's more like, well, if you like blues or if you like this, that's a good band.
Right.
This might be how they sound or what they might do. You might have to do this extra, for them to everybody deserves a shot.
Absolutely. I concur.
Yeah.
So bocces and culture.
And culture.
Park and Ride, PARK, letter N, Ride,
Band.
on Instagram and
Yes.
Facebook, or Joyce Jackson Hurley. I want to, because I want you to sing us out. So
What?
I'm going to do, it's you only going to have like 60 seconds. So,
Okay, I
But
can do
today
60
at
seconds.
5:30, I will be at 838 West Kenzie with the president of the Metropolitan Water Reclamation District, with our broadcast brothers. Obviously, she's the first lady of What's in It for the Black People Media, so I think she's going to take her husband along because somebody got a hold of her purse. From 5:30 to 6:30, it will be socially distant, and so bring your masks and make certain that you come and support her mission of clean water. I'm going to give you one thing based on something that I've watched you live, and I want others to live and embrace their next, turning their passion into a purpose, like you have done with
Absolutely.
your music. Thank you for spending a little time with the Book of Dawn.
Had a blast. Hey, Jonesy.
Remember, like Joyce, to use your voice to make an impact. Have a super Tuesday, not to be confused with Election Tuesday. Tune in tomorrow for the next page in the Book of Dawn. I'm going to say peace and roll tide, and then Joyce, you got to just sing us out. Peace and roll tide. You're up.
It's that love's in need of love today. Yes. Don't delay. Send yours in right away. Oh, don't you know hate's going round, breaking many hearts. Yes. Stop it, please, before it's gone too far.
Yes. Love is in need of love today. Peace. Roll tide, y'all.
Whatever.